When most people think of Donald Trump, they tend to picture a very distinct image, a look that has become instantly recognizable worldwide, and a big part of that recognizable image is his use of makeup, bronzer, and the way his skin tone often appears in public. The blotches and uneven tones that have been documented in photographs and video clips over the years have become almost as talked about as his suits, his hairstyle, or the way he delivers a speech. What we're going to do here is break down this phenomenon, not from a gossip perspective, but in the style of a product review or technical breakdown, almost as if we were looking at a piece of consumer tech or fashion product. That way we can examine the key features, performance aspects, design decisions, and unique qualities of what has effectively become one of the most widely recognized cosmetic applications in modern politics. Starting with the key features, the first thing you notice when looking at Trump's makeup is the reliance on heavy bronzer or self-tanner products, which give his skin a deep orange or reddish tone. This is the defining element, the core product identity, if you will. For supporters, this becomes a strong branding tool, something that makes him stand out in a lineup of politicians who often look buttoned up, uniform, and cautious with their presentation. For critics, of course, it becomes a target of mockery. But when assessing key features objectively, you would note that the saturation level is very high, the coverage is inconsistent across different parts of the face, and certain zones such as under the eyes or around the hairline often show lighter patches. Those lighter patches are what we refer to as the blotches. They occur because makeup, like any coating or layer applied to a surface, has to deal with environmental factors: sweat, lighting, humidity, physical movement, and time on camera. If the application isn't precise or the blending isn't maintained throughout the day, what results is an uneven texture, very similar to how a poorly applied coat of paint on a wall might reveal underlying streaks or missed sections. From a performance standpoint, the makeup does achieve one very clear goal: it makes Trump's face stand out under the bright and often unforgiving lighting conditions of television studios, rallies, and press events. Television lighting has a tendency to wash out skin tones and flatten features, which can make politicians look pale, tired, or unmemorable. By using a deep bronze tone, he ensures that his facial structure retains definition and that he projects a vibrant, energetic appearance, especially to audiences who are watching on lower quality broadcasts or older televisions where subtleties in shading might be lost. In that sense, the makeup is performing its core task, much like a high contrast setting on a screen helps the image stand out. But when you test performance beyond the narrow parameters of a TV stage, the weaknesses become apparent. Outdoor lighting, candid photography, and high-definition modern cameras reveal inconsistencies. The product doesn't scale well across all environments, and that's why we often see sharp demarcations between the bronzed areas and paler sections, particularly along the edges of the face and near the eyes where either makeup wasn't applied or was intentionally avoided to protect the eyes from irritation. The result is that blotches show up, and these can distract the viewer because they signal imperfection in an otherwise heavily controlled appearance. On the design side, the Trump makeup look can be understood as a deliberate brand choice. Just as a company might choose a bold logo color scheme, Trump has chosen a bold and easily recognizable tone for his personal brand. This isn't subtle, it isn't minimalist, and it doesn't attempt to blend in. It is maximalist, aggressive, and almost confrontational in its design. The very intensity of the orange bronze tone guarantees that people will talk about it. In design terms, this is similar to choosing a sports car in neon green. It's not for everyone, but it guarantees attention. The challenge comes in the execution. Design elements such as blending, consistency across skin areas, and adaptability to different lighting environments don't always hold up. It's clear that at times, there has been professional assistance in applying the makeup, because in certain televised debates or controlled studio appearances, the look is more even and the blotches are minimized. But in unscripted outdoor events, hurried appearances, or rallies where sweat and movement come into play, the design falters, and the technical flaws are on full display. One of the unique selling points here, ironically, is the very fact of imperfection. In an age when most politicians go out of their way to present a perfectly airbrushed, meticulously polished image, Trump's uneven, blotchy makeup look reads as raw, unfiltered, and almost rebellious. This might not be intentional, but the effect can reinforce his appeal to certain audiences who view him as someone who doesn't conform to the polished political elite. In this sense, the blotches act almost like a feature rather than a bug. They become talking points, memes, and viral moments that keep his image in circulation far more than a bland, flawless appearance would. From a marketing standpoint, that uniqueness is priceless. In product review terms, it's like a device that has quirks that enthusiasts end up loving precisely because they make it distinct, even though they might frustrate traditional reviewers. When you look at the technical side of cosmetic application, the challenges of Trump's makeup blotches become clearer. Human skin is not a flat canvas, it has texture, pores, and natural oils. The area around the eyes is thinner and more sensitive, which makes it more difficult to apply heavy product without irritation. The hairline creates a barrier where blending bronzer into scalp hair becomes tricky. Add in the fact that stage lighting can amplify even tiny differences in shade, and it becomes clear why blotches appear. In a lab-like environment with professional makeup artists, these challenges can be overcome through techniques like airbrushing, setting sprays, and careful color correction. But in real-world, high-movement scenarios, maintaining that perfection is very hard, and the product begins to break down. This is where performance dips, and where viewers notice the uneven patches. Let's talk about durability and longevity. A makeup product's staying power is a huge factor in its effectiveness. Trump's makeup, whatever the exact combination of bronzers, powders, and foundations may be, demonstrates mixed results in this category. Under short-term conditions, such as a press briefing lasting 20 minutes, the makeup holds fairly well. Under the extended stress of a 90-minute rally, where there is heat, physical exertion, and sweating, durability drops and the product visibly shifts or wears off in patches. Durability could be improved with stronger setting agents or more professional application techniques, but that might introduce other issues such as cakiness, cracking, or an unnatural matte finish. What this shows is that the system is optimized for short bursts of performance rather than long-haul endurance, much like a sports car tuned for speed but not fuel efficiency. Another key consideration is compatibility with different environments. In a studio with controlled lighting, the makeup's boldness plays well.